up the room.
I'm really well. Great. Went to a women's networking meeting this morning. Always good. Always good, just chatting.
Yeah, get your mind boggling.
Coffee, brekkie, you know, it's a hard life.
Now, what are we going to be talking about today, Madonna?
Allergies. Allergies.
Which seems to be the right time of the year to be talking about.
It's just one of those things that we're getting more and more of it, and people are suffering and not really getting rid of them.
Right.
They seem to be getting harder to shift for a lot of people.
And some days are worse than others, really.
Yeah. So we talked about eczema and dermatitis a few weeks ago, and the side of the immune system that is connected with allergies is the same that's connected with eczema and dermatitis. So it's an excess of T helper 1 cells in the body. So it doesn't seem to matter whether it's allergies or intolerance. They're both excess of T helper 2 cells. So it means that the immune system's out of whack. What a surprise. And basically the body isn't breaking down specific proteins. And it doesn't matter whether the proteins are that of gluten or whether it's pollens or whether it's the casein in dairy or whether it's the gliadin or gluten in wheat. So if the body isn't breaking down the proteins properly, we can end up with allergies to them.
And you don't have to necessarily be born with allergies. You can develop them over your lifestyle.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there was a lady, Dr. Mimi Tang, I think. Gosh, that came off the tip of my tongue. Anyway, Dr. Mimi Tang. And she was running a study down in Melbourne for a few years because it was basically trying to reduce allergies in children. So because the average child at 4.5 years old, like some huge percentage, like 25% of kids, have got an allergy by 4.5 years, by 4.5, which is just massive that we've got so many. Like we know kids, it's like 1 in 8 kids have got allergies, not just intolerance, but allergies. So there's something going on with our immune system that it's worse than ADHD, it's worse than asthma, it's worse, it's fairly full on when that sort of level of thing is going on.
That's right.
So from the nursing perspective, what would you guys have done with allergies?
Depends on, like if someone was to come into my clinic and they were quite, they were suffering, you would deal with the symptoms, because with allergies you can't really do a great deal unless you give them some antihistamine. And it depends on the allergy itself.
Yes.
If it's a contact allergy or if it's pollens in the air, you can get tested. You can go and get blood tests done where they test you to see what certain pollens you're allergic to, or your sensitivity. So
yes.
Yeah. It's just, it's more of a soothe the symptoms, avoid the triggers.
So I suppose what Dr. Mimi did, she looked at probiotics in conjunction with the number 1 protein they were having an issue with. So what she would do, and I think the protein was an LGG protein, but I do apologise, I can't remember which strain it was, because there's thousands of strains of probiotics, and there's lots of research that indicates that different ones have different functions. So she looked at doses of probiotics, just say peanut allergies, for example, along with the peanut protein, so at the same time in tiny, minute doses, and then changing the doses over the period of several years to increase it. And once again, something like, it was a big percentage, like 30 or 40% of them had no allergies over the period of 2 years by doing this very specific process. So it was sort of similar to doing desensitization, except it's not really desensitization, it's boosting the immunity in conjunction with that particular protein, which was a really cool study to have that science behind probiotics in relation to allergies.
Yeah. And they say that you've got to be very, very patient with managing your allergies. And I'm just referring to the allergens that you breathe in, the pollens, not necessarily nut allergy reactions. But we're going to come back in a bit more to talk about those processes that people can deal with right now. But we're going to hit to a song. In fact, this one here, this is Smokey, living next door to Alice. Who is Alice? You're listening to Bay FM.